Good evening, and thank you for joining me here. Where, as you can see, I'm not in Anyang this evening. I had work commitments, so I had to stay home and watch the game this evening. And yeah, it didn't go Eland's way, unfortunately. The game ended Anyang 2, Seoul E-Land nil. Now, with regards to the game, it was a very scrappy affair. I didn't like the game at all. It was very frustrating to watch because personally, I feel like Eland had a lot more of the chances. They were pushing a lot more. Where Anyang did what a lot of teams who are bottom of the league would do. They sat back and defended in the game. They weren't going for the attack. They weren't going to score the goals. It was a really frosty, feisty affair. It has to be said. In the 44th minute, Choi Jan Hoon got himself a second yellow card, and there was numerous bookings throughout the game for both sides. You would have thought it was a rivalry match the way the two were playing against one another. It wasn't the same type of game that was played in Jamshil. There was a real there's a real kind of rivalry between the two, the real hatred between the two sides, and it was really fascinating to watch. It didn't really make for great football. There wasn't too many great challenges. There was a lot of lofted balls over from both sides, but Elan had most of the game, to be honest. What happened was in the 64th minute, Wesley Alex, ex-Seoul E-Land player, it was a corner, and he just scored off the corner to make it 1-0, completely against the run of play. And Elan were the better team during the game, it has to be said. The scoreline really doesn't do many justification, because when they went the goal down, they continued to push to try and get the equaliser. But ended up, what happening was, last kick of the game, Moon Junho scored for them, slotted it home. There was no other kicks. That was it. 2-0, game over for Seoul E-Land. And it was a little bit frustrating, especially after coming from Bucheon last week and beating them 3-0. Really glorious game, and really great game to be at. To this tonight, where they've been beat by Anyang 2-0, bottom of the league. Now, they'll be happy now with being on 9 points, but it's the Seoul E-Land of last year, and the Seoul E-Land we have seen once again this season, where they can knock out points against big sides, but then they lost to Daejeon 1-0 early in the season. Now, fair enough, Daejeon are having a quality season, but they dropped points to them. They dropped points to Suwon, which they've fallen off the face of the earth compared to last season. They've dropped points to Bucheon, okay, fair enough. Now Anyang did drop points too as well. Out of the 5 losses that we've had this season now, only Bucheon and Busan, the 2 teams, you'd be like, okay, fair enough. The other teams, you would expect for something a little bit more from the side, and that's exactly what's happened here today. It's very frustrating. It was literally watching a team defend all game and then just had the 2 chances and slotted it home. The second goal was a complete Elan threw everything at the game, and it was just a counter-attack sort of thing. You can't really argue with that. At least they tried to get the equaliser. But in regards to Seoul E-Land now, the next game is Ansan Greeners, which is obviously not a great game for them to try and pull back what they've lost this evening. I seriously thought they'd get all 3 points this evening and really make a push towards a climb up the ladder, because if they keep doing stuff like this, they're going to end up 7th, 8th and 8th like they did last season, and it'll be no progression upon last season at all, where I thought they were making real progression, because they've technically last time around, they are on 10 points after so many games, when I was on 13, so they're technically 1 win better than last time, but still, I expect to see a little bit more, especially against an Anyang side, where, to be fair, they both teams really were active with the rash challenges, but it was a real frosty affair between the 2 sides, and it really didn't make a great game of it. It wasn't really entertaining. There wasn't any real skill or moments of magic from the side. It was a mustard out goal from a corner kick and the last kick of the game. So positives. Not really much to say. I think Elan's defence, minus the corner, they did do really well when Anyang did have a few flourishes during the game, but there wasn't anything amazing from both teams to really take away with. Anyang fought for a hard-fought victory, and to say it's deserved, it bites my lip to say yes, but we go again next week. So hopefully, if you like this, follow me, follow K-League United for all our news and our updates and our previews, and we'll catch you in a little bit.